Is Erik Ten Hag going to be our manager next season? I don't know. You don't know. And we don't know whether Erik Ten Hag knows. I don't think this should be happening to him. I don't think he deserves it. I feel a little bit sorry for Erik Ten Hag. And in this video, I want to speak about Ineos, this whole situation, and whether or not maybe we're just kind of pawns to this media game, which has been going on for some time at United, but maybe even more so with Erik Ten Hag. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you do stick around for this video, because we've got a Euro 2024 tickets giveaway. One of the best that we've had on the channel so far. So you make sure and you get involved in that. But Erik Ten Hag, right? Dive straight into it. Just waste no time. Maybe that's what Ineos have been doing. Or have they? I have no idea. But we know full well that Jason Wilcox came into the club. This is back in April. Erik Ten Hag's on trial. The audit had been going on for what? 6 weeks until the FA Cup final. Erik Ten Hag won. And 2 weeks later, there's still been nothing. Now, I said this a couple of days ago. I was like, it feels like we've wanted the leaks to stop. And at this moment in time, it just feels like the press have been guessing what has been going on. There was somebody on the live show this morning who left one of the best comments I've seen from somebody on there, saying that because of social media, a day in football almost feels like a week. And I think that's really relevant to United fans. And 4, 5, 6 times a day, there could be updates on something that maybe makes you think, well, that's not what was said earlier. And then you kind of get drawn and pulled in between different areas. We know full well that Ineos have been looking and speaking to other candidates. All right, Kieran McKenna before the FA Cup final. I wasn't happy that that happened in the idea that I thought it was a little bit disrespectful to Erik Ten Hag, but understood why they did it, because Chelsea seemingly were pushing through, and if McKenna was an option, they didn't want to miss out on him. But then it was Thomas Frank, it was Pochettino, it was De Zerbi, and it's Thomas Tuchel out in Monaco. Now, James Ducker stayed a bit quiet on this, but I think in this video I want to kind of have a conversation around just the press, the UK press, and how, we talk about fan channels as influencers. Ultimately, we're reacting to the news that's reported, but you can choose what news to report and what not to report. So they're not completely separate. But I did this in jest, all right, about all the managers linked with us. And I ran through all of them. And I did a video last week and I said, look, given all the options available to us, I really don't see any that are better than Erik Ten Hag getting a third season. I said Thomas Tuchel may have been part of that conversation as an alternative. But as I'm going to show you in the second part of this video, that's now not really a conversation. Before I do, make sure you enter this bad boy. So you want to win a trip to Euro 2024? You came to the right place. Matchmasters and United People's TV, we've collaborated, and one of you can win 2 tickets to England against Slovenia, hotels, and flights for you and a friend. Serious prize, eh? And it's very simple how you enter. All you got to do is download Matchmasters. The link is in the description, and you got to play the game. Matchmasters is a fun, relatable, competitive puzzle game that you can play either online or against your friends. You just got to build the best score you can. You can use boosters, you can use extra moves, you can use whatever you need to get the highest score. And if you match up, you win games, you win your chance to enter this draw for Euro 2024 tickets. So all you need to do overall is download the app, earn yourself 250 points on Matchmasters, and you'll automatically be entered into the draw. And the winner is going to be announced in-app. You'll get a message in the app, you mail the support, and you get your tickets and your trip. Honestly, it's one of the best prizes we've done here on United People's TV. And it's a fun app. Go and have a go, because if you win, and you win the tickets, it'll be the best thing you've ever done. Seriously, best prize I think we've had here on United People's TV, and I hope one of you win that. Well, one of you will win that. Hope it's you. But speaking about Erik Ten Hag, and look, all the stuff that's happened with Tuchel over the last, 48 hours, or 24 hours, I don't even know now. Christian Falk first saying that Jim Ratcliffe met with Thomas Tuchel in Monaco. Corroborated by the Daily Mail, corroborated by the Times, all saying and reporting the exact same thing. And I said, first of all, why is Jim Ratcliffe meeting him? I thought that bit was a bit confusing, and I don't think anyone's actually spoken about it. But all of this being reported, and then Fabrizio Romano comes in and says, hold on here, actually. He's not planning on taking the job. He wants to take a break and doesn't want to coach any club this summer. Despite a week before, Fabrizio saying completely the opposite. Saying he's keen on getting back to work already this summer in case of the opportunity. he's keen on a Premier League return, and then a week later, hold on here, actually, nah, he just wants to take a break from football. But I think that's really part of my focus here today, because Fabrizio is somebody who I think should be absolutely respected for the work that he has put in to reach this point. But I think it reached a crossroads with Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. And I think it was a couple of years ago. And if you look at the credibility of the two now, it's not a credibility. It's Fabrizio has chosen quantity over quality. Updates where there are no updates. And that's what's feeding that feeling of every day feeling like a week for United fans. Because Fabrizio is somebody who has gained a lot of trust from a lot of United fans. But here, within the space of a week, saying, well, no, actually, no. He doesn't. He wants to take a break. But that's despite the fact that he was clean on a Premier League return the week before. There's one man who sits right at the top now, and it's David Ornstein. In terms of, and I'll be honest, I think James Ducker does as well for me. Not quite on the Ornstein level, but if you look at how The Athletic have reported on this the whole way through, right? This is just a quick look back through. Mate, this is not a sponsored video, right, by The Athletic. It's by Matchmasters, but it's not by The Athletic. It's just, if you have a look here, that's an opinion piece from Oliver Kay. I'm looking down here on all the bits of news about Tuchel or Pochettino or this or that, and there's nothing there. And if you go back and you have a look through James Ducker's articles, I don't think James Ducker has really done much since this one, saying that there's no real decision being made on it. Because this is exactly what I mean about this concept of being an influencer, right? And being a journalist. What defines a great journalist, in my opinion, is somebody who they trust they have such good sources and they have their instincts, all right? You know, you can get fed information 24/7, and that's what happens with Fabrizio Romano. He is the place where an agent will turn to if they want to influence how a story is being reported. So what we're seeing in here that's saying Man United no longer want Thomas Tuchel. Hold on here. Tuchel's agent picks up the phone, brings Fabrizio, says, hold on. Actually, no. It's actually Tuchel who wants to take a break. It's him. And it's that incessant need for 24/7 updates, minuscule updates, and making mountains out of molehills when updates don't really exist. And unfortunately, Fabrizio Romano is the king of that. And that's led to that whole, as I said, that just stuck in my head, that comment from Connor this morning. A day in social media feels like a week when it comes to football news and when it comes to Manchester United. Now, I suppose it's me kind of begrudging the way that the industry has gone. Bear in mind that I did an NCTJ course. I wanted to be a journalist. This is just digital journalism, and I'm part of it, so I can't begrudge it that much because that's the reason the United People's TV exists, and I've said that too. I'm well aware of that. I don't really like how this is all going down with Erik Ten Hag, though. I don't think he particularly deserves it at all. I think if there's anybody who actually wanted Erik Ten Hag to be replaced, I think even those people would say, I don't think he deserves to be sort of left waiting in this sense, because it's kind of looking like Ineos are just interviewing and looking in every single direction until they go, you know what, there's no options then, we're going to have to stick with Erik Ten Hag. Well, that's not the right reason to stick with him if you're going to. I don't know. I think we're all just frustrated about it. We all just want to get a bit of clarity. Erik Ten Hag's back at Carrington now. We're supposedly going to hear this week. I think we will. But it's just been a bit... I don't think it needed to be as messy as it has been. But is that the responsibility of Ineos? Or is that the responsibility of the press where we turn to for news these days? I think it's a combination of both.